Hi, and welcome to my 7th video, I believe, on my channel Boy in a Tree. And on this YouTube channel, I talk about my book Joshua Tree. And today I'm going to be talking about what's generally wrong with the overall story of Joshua Tree, of what's wrong with this book and the second book, Joshua Tree Finds Peace. Just what's generally wrong with the overall story of it. And I know, why would I want to talk about what's wrong with these books when I feel like, that's like a marketing no-no. When I want you to when I want you to buy these books, when I want you to invest your time into it, I want you to be interested in it, why would I talk about what's wrong with them? Well, because I don't care. Because I want to be honest as a writer, as an author, as just as a person. I want to be honest about what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to accomplish here. So I just felt like just making this video talking about what's wrong with Joshua Tree. So let's just talk about quickly what's wrong. Since I had to go in what's wrong with it, let's talk about the grammar issues that's kind of wrong with it. The grammar that kind of got through the cracks of the story. So when it comes to, like, I paid my publisher to do my I paid my publisher I paid my publisher to just do just a general overview of all the grammar. So they fixed all the the big stuff that was like obvious that I'm dumb and I missed. But they fixed those, and then there's just the little things that kind of got through the cracks. Like, for example, there's a character named Jonathan in the first book and the second book. He's a bigger character in the second book, Joshua Tree Finds Peace, but whatever. In the first book though, you know how there's two ways to spell Jonathan, with Thon and Than. I use basically both of them in the story. Literally on one page, in one paragraph, I use both Jonathan and Jonathan, whatever. I use both Than and Thon in one paragraph, and it's like, oh my god, it's just those small things that kind of just got through, like that. Like, just kind of misused words like that, like just... there's probably other little examples, but honestly, I can't think of them right now, and it would probably just take too long to talk about everything. But there's also little things like commas that I probably didn't mean to put in certain areas, but they got through, and like I probably shouldn't have put a comma there. There's also like semicolons. I don't even think I used any semicolons in the first book when I should have. I used them in the second book. That's such a writer, I don't know, stupid little thing, but it's like semicolons, they're important. They help. They help with the flow of writing. And listen, I'm an amateur writer, so I'm just kind of getting my flow. I'm just kind of figuring it out. So yeah, that's kind of it. Those little grammar issues that kind of get through the cracks, but I feel like that's kind of like little small issues that I gotta work on. Gotta work on my writing so that I can catch them as I'm writing them. That's like the best way. But the flaws always get through, man. Those flaws, those little grammar things. Anyway, so that's that. And now let's talk about generally what's wrong with the overall story of Joshua Tree. And a big thing is that the story is mostly character driven than plot driven. When I first started writing Joshua Tree, I didn't have a conclusion in mind either. That's kind of a big kind of little issue there, is that I didn't have an overall conclusion to this story. That's why it's not, I reached an ending in this book and I reached an ending in this book, but they're both, I guess, cliffhangers. Because I didn't have an end goal when I started writing it, but I do want a cool conclusion. I want to bring the story to a really nice ending. And I do plan on bringing the story to a conclusion. I'm working on that. I don't know if it'll be in the third book or a fourth book, or it'll come to a conclusion eventually. I have a journal full of different ideas of, well, all the backstory to my characters and just different ideas of the story. So I do plan on bringing it to an end eventually. But I mean, also leaving it open is such an interesting thing too, because it's kind of like life. Life kind of keeps going. So there's that, but I want it to be a nice story, and I want it to be interesting, and a good story should have a great conclusion, and I feel like that's important, and I'm working on that. So yeah, so with these stories, they're mostly character driven than plot driven, so that can be a bit confusing. And I also write in first person perspective, like So, and I have a lot of characters. There's Nicholas, there's Alistair, there's Joshua Tree, the main character. There's Kate Iris, there's Gene Tree, Brandon Tree. And I try and I have fun with doing first point of view and writing from their perspective. And I do a lot of kind of flipping throughout their, from perspective to perspective, just getting the story from different perspectives. And so I kind of do that a lot, but I realize how that's fun for me, but that can be kind of jarring for like a reader. So I realized that I should try and just maybe kind of bring it down a bit with that and, focus the story a bit, maybe focus the story more straightforward plot or something like that. So I plan on improving that in the third book. I plan on trying to narrowing it down a bit. But I still feel like it's still fun in the first and second book. And I still feel like there's still some value in these first books, so that's kind of generally it. That's why I'm reading other books and I'm trying to get an idea of the best way to write and get better at writing. So and I feel like that's all I can do is to try and improve in my next books. And I'm gonna try and write other books that aren't necessarily related to Joshua Tree, just to break away from that a little bit. So I'll do that a bit. And yeah, that is generally it. That is generally what is wrong with Joshua Tree. And I hope you still are interested in buying these books despite those little mistakes and what I'm still trying to improve on. And I hope you still are interested in buying it. The links are down below in the description. So yeah, that is it. That's what's wrong with Joshua Tree. I appreciate for you watching this video. In the next video, I'll be talking about a character named Lizzie. And she's important in the character, and she's important in the story, Joshua Tree. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time, or you'll see me next time. Stay connected, and bye.